Why do I think innovation is important for the company? Would anyone think it is not in times that we are living in? I think it's impossible to ignore the fact that we have to change. We are in an economic crisis. If we don't innovate, how are we getting out of that? If we are looking at the conditions our planet is in, how we are going to address that? Innovation is absolutely essential. Without innovation, we don't have a future. I think that innovation is really important at the individual level, whether it is an executive or an employee in an organization, because understanding on how we can solve problems, what it means to create an environment where innovation can thrive, where people feel that they can bring themselves and their ideas to work, is absolutely essential. If you look at the levels of disengagement in organizations, it's huge. And disengaged people are not creative people, they are not innovative people, they are not productive people. So whether you're concerned about cost and efficiency, or whether you're concerned about innovation, to understand how to create conditions in which innovation can thrive means that we will create a much happier workforce and a much more productive organization. So the skills are really important, in particular at the executive level, I would argue. In terms of what really makes a difference in terms of creating an innovative organization, if there's one aspect that can make or break it, it's leadership. If it's the leader of an organization that understands what is required to create innovative conditions, then it will happen. If they don't understand it, they most likely, maybe unwillingly, but most likely will block conditions for innovation. So I think they don't necessarily have to be great innovators themselves. That's not a requirement, but they do have to understand what the conditions are in which innovation can thrive. And why is leadership so important? Because we look to the leaders in an organization to understand what is and is not acceptable. So if the leadership does not lead the way, literally, then we will not find innovation, at least not in the long term. I'm absolutely delighted to be involved at the Master of Business Innovation at Deusto Business School, because having done an MBA myself, I know that the traditional MBA is absolutely insufficient to address today's and tomorrow's needs for leaders. It's far too analytical, focused on numbers. It takes part of one aspect that's important in business, but ignores another one entirely, which is all the skills that are required to innovate. And a lot of the skills around innovation are interpersonal skills, are understanding people, is working through and with people rather than telling them what to do, what the old framework is. And I think by picking up Master of Business Innovation, emphasis on innovation, really sets the different directions for students. And I think there's not enough around. For me, MBI is the education for the future, of the future. MBA is a little bit the education of the past. And so I think we're really addressing the needs that we have as society, as well as individuals, to survive in the context we are living in. We need to understand innovation more, and of course, MBI is offering and facilitates that understanding. I think for me, achieving a better understanding of innovation, a broader base with a skill set around innovation, is one really important step. But I think there are two more aspects that need to be integrated into that wider, or to create a wider picture. And the first one is, I've already mentioned it a little bit, about sustainability. I think unless we use sustainability considerations to drive our innovation activities, it's increasingly becoming irresponsible. So we need to make the link between sustainability and innovation much stronger than it is currently happening. And of course, the third aspect is we're living in a digital age where information posted on the web here is instantaneously available around the world. So for me, understanding and embracing the digital world is an absolutely fantastic and necessary tool to enable and support both innovation and sustainability. So I think bringing these three together is a fantastic move.